just to feel more welcome. Um, this is 1:54 a.m. Yes, passing night. As much as my social media is for everybody, because that's what it is, social media. I also like to believe that my social media is majorly for me. Let me say 60% for me and 40% for everyone else. That's how I like to see my social media. Um, it's not really a conscious habit, it's more of an unconscious habit. But unconsciously, the way what I post, what I put out, 60% are for me. I realize I put out things that I would love to see, right? If I'm going through something or I'm in a situation where I feel like someone should tell me this thing, or I want to hear this thing from someone, I eventually end up talking about that thing because it's something that I wish someone else had told me when I was going through what I was going through. So, on the issue of timing, I was going to do this live. I mentioned the time earlier just for a better understanding. I was going to do this live hours ago, but then I got carried away. I was scrolling on Instagram on my phone and I got carried away. And by the time I realized that, oh my God, time has gone, I was like, wow, really? And I feel like it happens to everybody. This is not the first time that I would want to do something at a particular time, but then I would get carried away and I would not be able to do it anymore. I titled this video "Timing is Important" because it's really late, and I know that most of my audience will either be asleep or they will not be online. So it kind of feels like I missed the mark where I could communicate with people in real time. But this video is important to me though because if I scroll through my channel tomorrow, I want to see this video with this topic. Social media is also for some of us. Social media is also like our digital diary, right? I know on my Instagram there are certain pictures that I posted years ago. Hi, Bloom. Hi, okay. I have one person in the live. Hi, Bloom. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. My time is really late. I'm surprised that people are joining my live. Okay, I thought no one would. What's the time over there where you are? Hi, Spot and Chi. How are you? Welcome to the live. We're talking about timing. Please let me know what's the time over where you are. Because here it's almost 2 a.m. and I thought no one would join the live because it's really early in the morning. So I want to know what's the time from where you're watching from. I'm alright. I'm fine. I'm hanging on. I mean, life will not always be rosy, but challenges come to build us up. So I don't mind facing challenges. You subscribe. Oh, that's so nice. That's lovely of you. Thank you so much for subscribing. Exactly. It's almost 2 a.m. here as well. So why is everyone awake? I'm surprised at the number of people that are joining my live. Why are you guys not sleeping yet? You should be sleeping. It's quite late. How was your day? How did your day go? Did you have a nice day? Thank you so much for subscribing, and I appreciate you. Please don't forget to give this live a thumbs up as well after you subscribe. But thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate you. So back to the topic of timing. Heartbreak. Who broke your heart, Junior? I'm sorry about that. Is it your girlfriend or your friend, your family, or just a loved one generally? Who broke your heart? I'm so sorry about that. But it's really nice to have you here. Um, and it's something I always say that whatever is happening is in turn happening for good. Because if one thing does not happen, another thing cannot happen. 5 years relationship ended, so yeah, I'm sorry. Like, not like I'm sorry because it's not my fault, but I'm sorry that you have to go through that, or you are going through that right now. Okay, just do your best to hold on. If it didn't work out this time, just know that it might work out next time. So don't feel discouraged, don't feel bad. Okay, just try to surround yourself with your loved ones, your family and friends that care about you. Try to eat your favorite dish. Try to watch a funny movie, right, or a comedy skit or something like that. Just try to keep yourself happy, keep yourself active, and keep yourself busy. Michael, I can see you. What's happening on your end, Michael? First time here. Oh, you're welcome. It's so nice to have you here, Junior. This is your first time. Yeah, I don't think I've seen your username before. So yeah, this is definitely your first time. I'm from Nigeria, and what country are you from? I'm all the way in Nigeria. Hi, Ashra from Indonesia. Nice to have you on my live. Thank you for being here. Please don't forget to subscribe and give this live a thumbs up. I'm all the way in Nigeria, and it's so glad to see that I have audiences from different parts of the world. Um, Everyone is highly welcome. So we're talking about timing. So if you have any contributions or questions based on the topic, you can just relate. Oh, you're from Niger. Oh yeah. My French neighbors, right? You speak French, Junior? Do you speak French? Because I'm You speak French, Junior. Ça va? Je m'appelle Blessing. Et vous? Or et toi? Since we're, since we're like acquaintances now. And I speak a little of French, but not so much. But yeah, a little of it. I speak a little, but not so much, really. Hey Junior, nice to have you here. If you like me, I do go live kind of often. So I haven't been live in 2 days, but if you need someone to either talk to or anything like that, you can always stop by and say hi. Oh, Ashraf, sorry about that. Okay, I don't think you speak English in Indonesia, but it's still nice to have you here. Thank you for making an effort to use the translator. Okay. I think that's one good thing about technology, that it has made it easy to connect with other people despite language barriers. Yes, I understand. It just occurs to me now that in Indonesia you don't speak English, so it's all good. What I really want to talk about this evening is timing. Yeah. What I've noticed, like I shared earlier, that I was going to do this live about, let me say, 2 hours ago, but then I got carried away. I was scrolling on my phone, and I felt like I'd missed the time where I was supposed to do the live. But since I still have people joining the live, I thought no one would join actually because it's really, really late. But since I still have people joining the live, it just goes to say that sometimes you feel like you've missed your timing, you feel like you've missed the opportunity, but not really. Okay, um, you probably assume they're supposed to get a certain thing at a certain time, and you might not get that particular thing, but there's something else still waiting for you in the front, right? What you might feel is lost opportunity. Sometimes it's just redirection. Okay. Another thing about timing is that okay, Ashraf understood. Another thing about timing that I've noticed, Michael, thank you so much. Another thing about timing that I've noticed is that everybody's time is different, right? There are certain people that they put little effort and they achieve a lot of things. And there are other people that you feel like you work a lot, day and night. You work this week, you work next week, you're always working and you don't get to achieve as much as the other person that has worked little is achieving, right? I feel like it's just because it's not yet your time to get the things that you want to get. Sometimes many of the things that we think is success is basically material things, okay? And success is not all about material things. Even though someone is buying like the latest car or the latest house, it does not necessarily make them more successful than you. There are other ways to measure your wealth besides just material things. Oh, he lives in a big house, he drives a big car. Fine, that's all right. Okay, you can be happy for that person, but another person's success does not have to limit your own. Okay, you don't have to look down on yourself or feel bad because another person is getting the things that you want. Okay, everybody's timing is actually different, and once you understand your time, I think it makes you more content. If you stop being jealous of other people, once you understand that your time will definitely come. Okay, it's just a matter of you being consistent, working hard. There are some people that because they've been working hard for a while and they have not gotten the material things that they want, and other people are getting these material things. They either give up or they decide to go through illegal means. Okay. Now the thing is that you can go through illegal means, but what is the long term benefit or what is the long term consequences of you doing those illegal things? And most often times, if you hear people that do these things, it's because of the quick money that they get from doing that thing. That's why they want to do it. Now, aside money, I know money is very important in life, but aside money, okay, goodbye, Ashraf. Aside money, there are still other things in life that are very, very valuable. There are still other ways in life to measure success. Okay, I know some. Okay, let me not say I know some people, right? So I don't want to talk about anybody's personal experience. People that I know, in case they may be watching or they see this video, so they don't feel like I'm talking about them, or putting them out there. So let me just say, generally speaking, right? There are some people that they have made so much money, but they don't have other things that they need, such as good health, such as family, such as peace. Okay, there are people that are really, really, let me not say really, really poor, but average people. They work average jobs, live in average houses, but they have peace. For me, I feel like peace is one of the most important things in life. Okay, if you've not never gotten to a stage where you don't have peace, you may not really understand what it means to live a life that is devoid of peace. But there are certain things that you do or certain things that you involve yourself in that tend to take away your peace of mind. Okay, you can't sleep in the night, you're always thinking, you're always looking behind your shoulders, you're always worried. So is it worth it? I think about that sometimes. That is it worth it to do those things that take away your peace? Is it worth it to involve yourself in those things that make you not sleep at night? For me, I don't think so. For me, peace is very, very important, and I'm always wary. I'm always conscious of doing things that take away my peace. I would rather not because I know how I felt at times where I didn't have peace. Okay, I know what it's like to not have peace, and it's not a good feeling for me. Okay, as long as you have a paying job, okay, as long as if you have a job and you feel like you can get a better job, go ahead and get the better job. But as long as you have a paying job, right, and you are able to live every day with a roof over your head, with food on your table, close to where friends and family, for me, I think you're rich. Yeah, that's how I see it. I think it's with the recent I think social media also has a role to play. It's recently that everybody feels like they have to drive the latest car or live in the biggest house. You don't need to live in the biggest house. You just need to live in a house that can accommodate all your family members, like whatever family member you're living with. If you're married with kids, you just need a house that can accommodate you and your kids. If you're just one person living, you just need a house that can accommodate you and your belongings. That's all. You don't need to live in the largest house. You don't need 5 cars. What do you need 5 cars for? I think over time people are getting more greedy. Human beings are getting more, we want to consume more things that we don't need. Okay, and I wonder what makes us feel like we need 5 cars, what makes us feel like we need 10 houses, what makes us feel like we need 1,000 clothes in our wardrobe. What makes us feel that way sometimes? I think we need to unlearn some things that we have unconsciously learned. That's what I think. The more material things that you have, they will not make you more happy than you already are. I mean, you may just feel pleased in the moment, but the long term feeling is not that good because if you're unhappy, if you're very unhappy when you're living a normal average life, you might definitely still be unhappy when you make all the money that you think you need, which you don't really need. Okay. So timing is very, very important. Okay, when you understand your life, you understand how time works. That as long as you're working hard, you're putting in your best, you definitely achieve what you think is success, and you definitely still go far in life and do everything that you want to do. It will make you less jealous of others. It will make you less competitive. You will be more content. You will not be as greedy because you know that time comes to everybody. Okay, some people are going to become millionaires in their 30s, some people will become millionaires in their 50s. Not everybody's going to become a millionaire at 20 or 30 or 40. Okay, like look at history. Some people became millionaires in their 60s. Okay, great. If you're under the radar type, then that's perfect. I think people that have mastered contentment, people that have mastered satisfaction, I think they are really okay. What's that word? Mm, I think they are on the great side of life, right? Because we're in a certain age, like the age that we are now, especially with the rise of social media, is where everybody wants to be seen, everybody wants to be known, everybody wants to be acknowledged, everybody wants to receive praises. So if you're someone that is not interested in all of that, I feel like you even have less problems. Okay, I feel like you've done yourself something really, really great by not getting attached to the whole frenzy that we see now. So that's great for you. Like I said earlier, as long as you keep working hard every day towards your dreams, then best believe that you will definitely, definitely accomplish them. There is no shortcut to success. There's none. Okay. Everybody will not take the long route because some people are more highly favored than others. That's life. Some people will try once or twice and then they will really make it, but some people will need to try let's say 5 6 times before they make it. That's just how life is. Everybody does not have the same grace. Okay, but every day we wake up we pray for grace. I always try to pray for grace and mercy. You're a doctor. Wow, that's fantastic. Would you like to share some of the things that you've seen that has changed you or made you have a different perspective or view on life? I hear like the doctors actually they always have stories to tell. People that have worked in the mortuary they always have stories to tell because when you work in that field where people where life and death occurs, I think you get to see a lot, you get to experience a lot, and realize that we're only here for a short time, and a lot of things that we think matters does not really matter. So I get that. I really get that. There's certain things that happen that make me have moments of reflection. There's certain things that happen that make me sober. Okay, I think that when you're sober, you really get to sit down and think about your life and think about the consequences of your actions. In fact, sometimes when I'm sober, I re-strategize my whole life. I replan my whole life ahead because I'm feeling sober in that moment. Okay. And when I come out of my sober state, I still try to maintain that feeling that I had before, just to be sure that I'm still on the right track and I'm not getting carried away with everything around me, happening around me. Because sometimes I'm a human being. I would admit that sometimes I do get carried away, but the older that I get, Junior, I'm going to be reading the story that you dropped. So yes, please, if you can drop it, I'm going to read it. Thank you. So yeah, the older that I get, the more I try to discover my identity, and I try to stick with it. Okay, and I try to limit interactions with anybody or people that I feel are not going to be supportive of me in my identity. Okay, I realize certain things about myself that everybody will say they are cool, but I don't feel like it's cool to do. I don't feel like it's cool to be a part of that trend, and I just want to be my unique self, based on what I like doing and all of that. Okay, there was a man who needed money. I'm reading Junior's story. There was a man who needed money for urgent treatment. He came with a bad loan. He said he didn't have anything. You know how hospital work in West Africa? Yes, I do. So it was bad. We tried to help him. I'm really looking forward to the remaining parts of this story. By the way, I've seen things like this. I've seen them play out. Okay, not physically, but I've seen people tell stories about things like that. Hi, from Jamaica. I'm from Nigeria, and I'm just catching up and I'm sharing my thoughts. Actually, it's really late here. It's like 2 a.m. But I have things on my mind, and I said I would come live and share it with anyone who is on live. But it's nice to have you here. So, Ripa, wow. Okay, so the story goes, they tried to save him, but he didn't make it. His family arrived 2 hours later. When they were trying to take him, they discovered huge pack of money in his pocket. I'm not even trying to like bring down my country or bring down my people, but if it's in Nigeria and they see a man with a back of, in fact, even before the family would discover it, the nurses or doctors or whoever would have even taken that money out already. That's how greedy people can be. That's how selfish people can be. That's how, a lot of people don't really have value for human life the way that they should. Exactly. Okay, like they should have used the money in his pocket to treat him, right? I understand that because oh, okay, the man should have used the money to, like this story is having me a little confused. So Ripa, yes, currently I'm currently single now. It's 8 a.m. for you. Okay, I guess Jamaica is hours ahead. That's about 6 hours ahead of us here in Nigeria. Yes, I'm single for the moment actually. So Junior, this story. So the man had money in his pocket for himself, but he didn't want to use it to treat himself. What? Why? I'm trying to like understand what I'm reading here. Why? He said he didn't have any money, but they found money in his pocket. So why didn't he take the money to treat himself? Was it someone else's money and he didn't want to spend someone else's money, or what was the reason? Like that's well, for me, I'm all for like integrity. If that's not his money, he has no right to use it. But if you are dying, you can use the money and either apologize to the owner or pay the owner back later. But for you just even on your dying bed, for you just to not want to use the money to treat yourself, no, it doesn't really add up. It doesn't like exactly he's gone, so you won't get the answer, but it's it's not logical to me. It's really not logical to me. If I have money and it's a life or death situation, if it's an emergency, I'm going to use that money definitely. Then apologize to the owner later, okay, or pay them back. Or maybe he was thinking that you guys would treat him for free, or you guys would, I don't know. Maybe he was thinking someone would render him assistance, right? Or maybe he even forgot that he had money because of the pain and everything. Maybe he forgot that he had money with him. Yeah, but for me, I think that's one thing that is really terrible in West Africa. Yeah, this is my own unbiased opinion. I think it's something that is really, really terrible, something that we practice that is very wrong. Someone is dying. We should learn to put human life above money. Okay, but if you are someone, the way the system is here, we put money above every other thing. That's just the fact. The way the system in West Africa here is run, we put money above every other thing. So even if someone is taking their last breath, unless we see money, we would not want to help that person. It happens in the hospitals a lot. There are a lot of stories of they even took the person to the hospital, and even though they were willing to pay, they rejected the accident victim or whatever. There's so many stories here don't add up. Like every day, it's one tragic news or the other. But this system that we have, that if someone is dying and they have not brought out money to give us, we will not treat them, is really bad and needs to be overhauled. One of our major problems here in West Africa is bad leadership. Yes, I have Instagram. You're 21. Are you also from Jamaica? SYMB. Honestly, like the hospital system here is too bad. Someone can be dying, but they don't see money. I understand that the hospital needs money to function. I understand that, but after you treat the person or at least stabilize them, okay, when you stabilize them, you cannot talk about the bills that need to be paid. You can talk about registration. Okay, once the person is stabilized, definitely their family members will still come later. Then you cannot give the bill to the family members, or you can tell them to go and source for money for further treatment. But refusing to actually even treat the person in the first place because of money is crazy. It's really, really crazy, honestly. It's the same thing here in Nigeria, for real. It's the same. In fact, it might even be worse here, honestly. There are stories of accident victims who have been taken to hospitals, and they will tell you that two, three hospitals rejected that accident victim. And it always surprises me because how can an accident victim be taken to two, three hospitals, and the hospitals keep rejecting the person without even trying to stabilize them or even help them to be conscious first? They will just outrightly reject the victim, and of course, the person would end up passing away. So it's a major issue here in Africa. Honestly, it's a big issue, and I think it starts from the leadership and flows down. It starts from the leadership and really flows down because even um there are even some people that work there that they have the means to help a person and request for their money later. But human beings are so bad. There have been cases of, okay, you help this person, okay, I've helped you to pay your hospital bills. Can I get a refund now that you're stabilized, now that you're healthy, and the person may never even pay you back? So as much as we have bad leaders, the citizens themselves also have a role to play. People are not honest. So if you want to help somebody, you really, really skeptical because people are not honest. Like it's that bad. People are really not honest. Like we think the government is the problem, but even when you're dealing with your everyday man, maybe your neighbor or somebody, you do what you can to help when you're at the hospital. But it's not easy for real. I can understand. It's not easy because sometimes you as a person you need help. I mean, everybody's inside the country. We all see how the economy is. Sometimes you as a person you need help. So you are not even in the position to help another person. But yeah, I understand you. Help whenever you can, if you can. Okay, and if you can't, I mean, God knows that you are not in position to help. That's why it never ends. I can imagine it never ends because every day is a new crisis. Every day there's a new patient that needs attending to. So I perfectly understand you. I understand where you're coming from. um this life has been great. This life has been wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. I had a really, really great conversation. I didn't even plan for the conversation to go this way, but thank you, Junior, for staying here with me. I really, really appreciate you for being on this live, for being interactive. I think I've been going on live for about 2 weeks now. I think you're one of the most interactive audiences, I think, or interactive person I've ever had on my life, and I really appreciate that. I don't take it for granted. Sometimes I come on live just to air my thoughts or just to rant or just to, have someone to talk to or something like that. Sometimes I come on live not for anything serious or anything major, or just to share my thoughts, just to rub minds, just to communicate with somebody. So I always appreciate when people are responsive to me. It motivates me. Yeah, so but that will be the end of the live now. Like I said before, it's really late. It's almost 2:30 a.m. So I'll be going off now. Thank you so much. So I'll see to the next time, Junior. So maybe we'll see you again on another of my lives. Take care of yourself. Stay happy. Stay blessed. Bye. Take care of yourself.